Okay, guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week, this video is going to be one of the most exciting videos so far on the channel because it is going to be a short video about shoot day on my music video, Ground Floor. I was quite nervous about this day actually. I was not really ready for it. My group was not ready, but we pulled it off. Thank the Lord. Yeah, we pulled it off, and the outcome looks amazing. I don't know if I can say that. Yeah, but it looks amazing. There is so much that I've learned so far through this process on making a music video, and now I'm definitely going to take the stuff that I learned from shoot day and take it on to way much more projects that I come across through my years in the filmmaking industry. Right, so where do we begin? Let's begin yesterday. So that will be Wednesday. So Wednesday afternoon, while my two other guys were playing a rugby match, I decided to work on the set. Now, the set, we had two sets for our music video, which is a kind of like a warehouse base for the band, which had like loads of stuff around it, but I'll get into that later. And then we also had the transit van, which was the final thing that we did on the day. On today, not yesterday. Okay, so I do have a time lapse of the whole of building the set, painting it, and getting it all ready, which I would do, which I will play now, so you can have a look at. Time lapse of the set being built. So after the set was being built, I went back to house, I got some sleep, I charged my phone, and then the next day I got onto the first bus back into school, had some breakfast, and headed straight up to the studio at 8:30. By the time I got up there, the set looked brilliant. Everyone else was there. There was Marianne, Matt, Joe, and Tom, who are the three teachers who were helping us along the way, and we worked on the first couple of scenes. So while that was happening, they were all sorting out the lights. The two other guys came in, but there was a massive problem. One of our key people, who was the director of the day, was on crutches because, as I told you before, there was a rugby match going on and he sprained his ankle, and yeah, we had to deal with that. So the drama keeps coming. So once we deal with that, we went outside to go and check our crew and to try and check our band to see if they're all dressed correctly. And we had to do some tweaking. Some of the boys, we had to swap some hats over. We had to swap some waistcoats over to make sure it fitted with the band. And especially when we're dealing with the band, as you'll notice from certain videos, that the main singer is not wearing a waistcoat, only a hat. And then the pianist is just wearing a jacket and a hat. The bassist is not wearing a hat or a waistcoat, and the drummer is wearing a waistcoat with a tie but no hat. So we gave them some of their own personality, basically. So once we got all that sorted, we headed into our first shoot, our first shot of the day. And at this point, the band's not really feeling it. It was a warm up as Matt called it. That's it, Matt. Matt called it, and it went really well. Actually, the set looked incredible. While we were setting up, one of my mates called Sam, who was working with me on the project, he said that we should spray paint Mystique Drive, which is the name of our band, on the back, which really worked because the lighting, as you'll see from videos, the lighting really worked. So I'm going to show you a montage of some of the videos that I took during the day.
Everybody gather round, it's time for me to show you down. So take my hand, I'll lead you where the roses line the circle stair. Step by step, we're closer now. Velvet curtain, silent crowd. Welcome to the spot you're near. Welcome all because we're introducing to you the new bamboo. It's the all-time blues over something new. A little bit of something for the thigh drum few. Take your seats for the band to bloom. Designated start is all we got to impress. You can be the judge if we digress. Deviate, falter, will make you wait. We hope that we can satiate.
Then after this, we decided to focus. So after we did all the shots in the rooms, we decided to focus on the police officer. Now the police officer was really important because he was going to add the narrative, and he's like the good guy in the narrative part. So this music video is performance and narrative joined together. So the performance is the band playing, but the narrative is that they've stolen some cash. The main singer is calling the police officer, and he's telling him, basically, this is where we are. And then they're in the transit van, they get chased, and they go out with the guns, and that's hopefully how it finishes. So we got this all done, and it was really good because the police officer was really hard to actually shoot. So we had to get this black behind the set, so in front of the set, so you wouldn't see the set behind, but we could still use it. So we did that, and we put a black cloth in front of the set, and then we used a spotlight with a chair and a table, and an old telephone, a police hat, and a flip-up book with a pencil. So we used our teacher called Simon, who came in, and he worked with us on being a police officer. And we wanted to add some comedic kind of side to the police officer. So when he was listening, he would be like, "Oh, this is very interesting." And it worked really well, actually. I'll show you some of the photos of what it looked like. And then, of course, we moved on to the main singer, who's on the phone, still mouthing to the words, and then talking to the police officer. And then we did some shots with some slides and stuff like that, which was really good. So while this was going on, I was talking to Joe, who's the head of lighting, who was doing the lighting for the set, for the shoot. And I was understanding about all the stuff that he had to work with. So one of the stuff that he had to work with was this really interesting but complex system. So he explained that at the top of the screen, as I will show you later, is the this is where everything is, so he knows what to control. So the tilt, all that kind of stuff. Second one is his shoots and the save ones that he had. I can't remember which order it is, but then another one is like the save one he has. He's done them every 5, so 75, 15, 25, 105, that kind of stuff. So it's quick and easy. And then on another screen, on the other side, I have a setup so I can show you a video. There's another screen with the setup of all the stuff that he's doing, and then you just have to press space to play it. So we need cop scenes, cops flashing through the scene, and then you would just have to press command space to stop the lights. So once we did that, we had a little bit of a break. I went to PS and got some stuff done. I started working on the digipack. I started editing some of the photos that I took throughout the day. We did a small photo shoot just before we wrapped on that part, and then we moved on to the next bit, which was the transit van. God, here we go. So the transit van. The transit van was really interesting because we had to work with a van that did have no seats at the back, only had the front cab with a driver's seat and 2 extra seats. But we noticed we need to clear up that, we need to get rid of that by putting, so we used pieces of paper to put across the across that side where you can see the driver, and to, like, no, not pieces of paper, newspaper across. There we go. And then we put newspaper on the walls, and then Joe used some lights. He did 2 lights at the side, which had 2 lights which were doing street lights. They would go back and forward like this, creating street lights effects. So it looks like the van is moving. And then when our director, Will, shouted police or cops, lights would go off like flashing, and then they would prepare to get ready. And one of the things that we noticed is we didn't come up with the scene to go in the transit van. So on the spot, we quickly decided, oh yeah, we're going to go something like, what was it? RoboCop, that's it, RoboCop. Where the guy's in the van and he's like shouting to all of his guys. He's like, oh, you fucking burnt the money and stuff like that. So we went with that kind of idea, how 2 people are having an argument. One person's going through the bag, looking for cash, and the other guy's absolutely fucking terrified. Which really worked. It was quite nice having a whole day off school, just shooting a music video and just having so much fun. Yeah, summarising the video and the process is actually quite hard to do. And I do actually have my sheet here, which is basically what's going to happen after this video. So after the vlog on shoot day is gonna be my little series called Coming Up With A Film Idea, which is basically going through the process of creating a film, planning storyboards, shot list and storyboards, casting plus set, editing and shooting. And then I'll also give an example of the pitch and how to do a pitch successfully, and show you an example of my pitches that I've done. And throughout this, throughout that series, I'll be giving you examples and stuff that you can do, you can look at. So the first one is going to be outlining, of course, the process, and then getting onto the pitch. Then after that, I've asked some of my friends from school who's shoot videos, who are also in some videos, to interview them about, and who also makes music and who wants to be an actor, that kind of stuff, do interviews for the channel. So the first one will be my friend Lydia, who has been in a music video and who is also making one on Monday. And then I will be doing an interview with one of my good friends called Holly Sinclair, who used to have a YouTube channel, and then she does really good singing, and she wants to get into art school, and she'll explain all that kind of process and what it's like to be at Hurtwood. I definitely want to do a blog about the Mystery Bus, which is something that happens at Hurtwood quite often, every Wednesday, which will be quite interesting to do. And then also coming up in a couple of weeks is some music concerts that I really want to go to. So I don't know if I'm going to them yet, but I really want to go to the Lana Del Rey one, which is at the O2 on the 25th of February 2020. And then also the Billie Eilish one, which I'm dying to go to, which is on July 26th to the 26th to 28th, I think. 28th? Yeah, 28th. So yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan so far. Definitely this channel will get bigger. Of course, the background will be more professional. Everything will get more professional as I move up through, as this channel starts getting off. And please subscribe, like, comment, ask any questions, ask some stuff that you want to know more about the footage, about the shoot day, any questions.